You ever notice how people talk about discipline like it's this beast mode switch? Like you just gotta want it bad enough, or no excuses, get up at 4 a.m. and suffer. Yeah, that works for 3 days, and then you crash. Hard. You start skipping workouts, skipping books, skipping everything. Now you're not disciplined, you're just burned out and disappointed. Here's the truth nobody says out loud. Discipline doesn't fail. Systems do. Most people don't have a discipline problem. They have a consistency problem masked as an ambition problem. They think they need more willpower. What they really need is a way to keep showing up without white knuckling through every morning like it's a Navy SEAL audition. You don't need a punishment app. You don't need 20 alarms. You need a system that makes showing up feel almost automatic. And the weird thing is, the method that works best, it's so simple, most people ignore it. But once you see it, you'll never unsee it. All right, here it is. The most underrated way to build discipline. Start finishing things, even tiny things, especially tiny things. I'm not talking about finishing a marathon or writing a novel. I'm talking about making your bed and pulling the corners tight. Washing that one dirty spoon in the sink instead of leaving it for later. Finishing that last 10 minutes of a podcast, even if you're bored. Folding laundry right after the dryer buzzes. Sounds boring, right? Exactly. That's the point. Discipline isn't built in the big dramatic moments. It's built in the micro decisions you don't think matter. And the brain notices. Every time you finish something, no matter how small, your brain logs it. It says, oh, we're someone who follows through now. That changes how you act everywhere else. Finishing small stuff teaches your nervous system that discomfort isn't danger. It's just friction. And friction is temporary. Once that rewiring starts, you become a finisher, not just a starter. And finishers win. Here's the twist. Most people do try to be disciplined, but they screw it up in two specific ways. Mistake one, they chase intensity, not consistency. They wait for that one big Monday, the I'm going to fix my whole life day. They'll do 100 push-ups, cold showers, 4 hours of deep work, and a 12-minute meditation. Once. Then nothing the next day. Because discipline isn't about how hard you can go when you're motivated. It's about how quiet you can show up when no one's watching. That's where 99% of people fall off. Mistake two. They only finish what's exciting. New goals feel sexy. New routines, new apps, new systems. But finishing the boring stuff, the mundane, nobody claps for that. But guess what? That's exactly what builds your internal armor. The people who win at discipline aren't the loud ones screaming no excuses on Instagram. They're the ones quietly doing the damn dishes and showing up again tomorrow. All right, so how do you actually build this kind of silent discipline? Here's the method I used when I was at peak procrastination mode. Pick one task you do every single day, no matter what. It could be stupidly small. 10 push-ups, 5 minutes writing, making your bed, reading one page. The goal isn't to be productive, it's to train your identity. Every time you complete that unskippable task, you send this tiny message to your brain. Hey, I finish what I start. And that message compounds week after week. You stop relying on motivation. You start trusting yourself. That's the shift. You don't need more dopamine. You need to become a person who does it anyway, even when it's boring, even when you don't feel like it, even when no one sees it. That's the move. So here's the crazy part. When you start building discipline through invisible effort, you become kind of scary. Not in a six-pack and cold showers way, but in a quiet, unshakable, I don't flinch way. You stop negotiating with yourself. You just do the thing, even if it's boring, even if no one's watching. You stop chasing quick wins. You'd rather stack slow, permanent ones. You become unpredictable to lazy people because you're playing a longer game than they even see. And here's the real kicker. Other people will start saying, bro, how are you so consistent? How do you stay disciplined? And you'll just shrug like, I don't know. I just made this one promise to myself and kept showing up. That's what's underrated. That's what no one sees. But that's where the power lives. And hey, if this hit something real for you, don't overthink what to do next. Pick one small thing you're avoiding, do it tonight, and don't tell anyone. That's it. That's the game. See you in the next one.